Welcome back, preschool peeps.
Hi, peeps.
And we're back in these special episodes of How Preschool Teachers Do It to talk about more things having to do with this very strange COVID-19 life we're leading.
It is strange indeed. Yeah.
Yeah. So where Alison and I live, this week, a mandate was put out there that we have to wear masks whenever we go into a business. They started out with grocery stores and pharmacies, and now it's any business. We have to wear face coverings of some kind. So we're seeing them more and more, and Alison and I were talking about the fact that this can be very scary for children. I mean, after all, this is very scary for me.
Yeah, it is. And like, think about like how kids get when you have, I don't know, Halloween, say, and they have the face coverings, and that's scary for them because they don't know what's behind there. And it's the same thing with these masks. I mean, you really can only see so much of someone's face, and that can just be scary.
If you're not on YouTube with us right now, Alison.
Oh, sorry. I'm just so used to, like, I can see myself, so I'm like, woo, yeah.
Alison just put her hands over her face. I'm about to do it too, and I'm talking to people who can't see us. If you're on YouTube, you saw Alison put her hands over her face and cover like half her face. That's really scary for a kid. In our state, the mandate says that children under the age of 2 don't have to wear masks, and that people with medical conditions that prevent the wearing of masks don't have to wear masks. I can tell you, I'm looking outside right now. I can see outside my sliding glass doors, and there are a couple of neighborhood kids who are related playing, and they're wearing masks while playing outside on the grass together. This is like no joke. People are wearing masks all the time. Yeah. So I think we need to talk about what do we do with these young children who will be afraid to see it and to wear it. And those are really two different things, right?
Yeah. I think it's almost like at my school when the firefighters come, and I tell the firefighters, I'm like, please put everything on so they can see that it's just a real person under there. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And then take it off and they can see that it's really you. I think if we do that with the masks at home first, say, hey, this is mommy or daddy or brother, sister, whoever, and this is what I look like with the mask on. But it's still me, and take it off. You know what I mean? Like, it's still me, and this is where...
Explain to them, other people are doing the same thing. Other people are still, they're just people. We have to wear these things. I think we have to explain to them that other people are wearing these, and we're asking them to wear these because it makes us a hero. And I think that will help the children. It makes us a hero. It prevents people from getting the COVID-19 germ.
Right.
And we talked in a prior episode about how to talk about COVID-19. We said to call it a bad germ. And you can listen to that episode separately if you haven't already. But I think we have to keep reinforcing that COVID-19 is a bad germ, that we're trying to keep people healthy, and that by wearing masks, we're heroes, and we're helpers, and we're helping the grocery store workers and the doctors and the nurses and the postal workers and the people at the bank and the people who are helping everybody by doing it, and it makes us a hero. I think we have to explain to children, like, sometimes you see superheroes wearing capes. Well, now superheroes wear masks.
Yeah. And I think it's the same as like when we had that episode about like, this is what we need to do. We need to social distance. This is what we need to do to help people. It's the same thing. We need to wear the masks to help people not get sick.
Right.
Like kind of piggybacking on that, because this is how you become a hero now, is to wear the mask and to not see everybody and to not go to school right now. And you know what I mean? Like these are the things that heroes do.
Yeah. And I think maybe this whole thing will redefine hero, but that's for another episode when we talk about how this may positively change the world.
Yeah.
But I think, young children, you may be surprised at how very scared they are. Think about how afraid young children are of anyone wearing a lot of makeup like a clown.
Mm-hmm.
Like Alison said, they don't want to wear things on their faces. I think about when I'm in a school setting with kids, and we're trying to play something like with a blindfold. They don't want to wear the blindfold. What we have to do is take like dollar store sunglasses and put a piece of paper in them so that It's not the same quite as being blindfolded. It's something about wearing things on their faces that freaks them out. So this is going to be hard.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I have to say, like, I have a little bit of a fear of the whole mask thing because I have a fear of suffocation to begin with. Like, so like anytime, like, as I remember, like, God, it was years ago, but we were like painting or something in my house and I put the mask on and I was like, oh my God, I got to take this thing off just because I felt like confined or something.
Yes, it is confining.
Yeah.
It is confining. I don't think any of us are comfortable.
It's not comfortable unless you're used to, unless you are like a doctor or a nurse or, you know, somebody who's used to wearing something like that. It's very like claustrophobic, like, you know, so, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to do it. I'm absolutely going to do it because that's what I need to do to help people, you know, and I will just slowly get over my fear of it. But like, I'm an adult and I think that, so imagine what children think, you know.
I don't, so this whole thing, it's this is just beyond comprehension for so much of us. I think we're learning a little bit about how children feel a good part of the time, folks. Most things that we ask them to do and most things that they're forced to do are beyond their comprehension, and so here we are, it's beyond our comprehension.
This is beyond my comprehension. Yeah.
But we have a responsibility to help our children emotionally, and I think that for some children wearing a mask will be fun and an adventure, but a lot of children are going to be very put off by either having to wear it themselves or seeing other people. And especially because, you know what, another thing is that the masks are not uniform. Children really thrive from similarity and routine, but the masks are not uniform. We've got some people wearing scarves and some people wearing, you know, more like medical masks. And then, you know, we've got people like me cutting up my excess of leggings to make masks. Who knew? Who knew?
I cut a bunch of t-shirts up.
Who knew? Yep. Right? We were cutting t-shirts. We had an excess of t-shirts and leggings, and so we're making like the leggings hold the t-shirt material on because we know the t-shirt material is more effective. Who would have thought? My kids were laughing. We were on Zoom the other day as a family, and I said to them, see, my over-purchasing leggings is paying off. They were cracking up because they used to pick on me for it.
I know. Well, that's what I thought on Friday when I was making a bunch of masks. I was like, wow, who would have thought that this would have been my Friday night, watching TV, sitting on my floor, cutting up t-shirts. And thank God I didn't like, you know, I saved all these t-shirts of like, these will fit one day.
Yeah, me too. Me too. But you know,
now I got a whole garbage bag of them.
but I'll tell you what, as I'm cutting this stuff up, and ever so grateful for the no-sew things that are out in the world because I don't sew. Yeah. But as I'm cutting these things up, and my husband and I are kind of trying them on to see how they are, I find that very anxiety-provoking. I find leaving my house very anxiety-provoking. Yeah. And I think most adults now probably do. And your children, even though they may not have the same sort of abstract thoughts as you do about this, they are also going to feel your anxiety. They're going to know you're tense about this. As many times we have to say to them, don't touch your face, don't touch your face. Keep your mask on, don't touch your face. And this is going to be a constant refrain with young children. The whole, don't touch your face, don't touch your face, keep your mask on, don't take your mask off, don't touch your mask. I can just hear this over and over and over happening with people. I know. And I think it's partially our anxiety playing out too.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I, for sure, think I made my class into germaphobes before we left school because I was constantly like, wash your hands, wash your hands, wash your hands, wash your hands. You touched your face, wash your hands, touch your face, wash your hands. Yeah. It was constantly like that because I had this anxiety about the whole thing. And that was, God, that was like 4 weeks ago. And now we're like way beyond that. So, but even as I was doing that, none of them, they were like, okay, yeah, we'll just wash our hands. I mean, they took it all pretty well at the time, you know, and I don't know if it's because I kind of made it funny, like a little bit. So I don't know if we need to make this mask thing like, first you need to practice, I think, at home. Like, let's practice.
Yeah, that's
all going to put our masks on, you know, or let your child pick out the pattern of t-shirt that they get to have their t-shirt, like their mask with, like something to make it like, where it's like, okay, if you're going to be a hero, heroes get to choose their cape. Maybe you get to choose the color of your mask if you can do that. You know, like something like
pick the leggings. Pick the leggings.
What leggings do you want today?
Pick the t-shirt. What t-shirt
do you
make a mask
let them? Like if you have enough of that stuff, let them, because then they'd be like, well, this is mine, and this is what superheroes do. You know, they have their own cape and their own colors. This is mine, you know, and let them, maybe it'll take the fear out of wearing it a little bit if they had a little bit of choice about it.
You know, at the same
you are
time,
capable of doing it.
At the same time, I worry about families who can't spare the clothes.
I know.
What are they doing for masks? I think hopefully eventually there will be an easier production line for these masks and getting them to people. But even essential workers are just getting the mask they need. My husband is an essential worker. What did I tell you on Alison? Was it like last Wednesday they finally got masks?
Yeah.
That
yeah.
they
And I was
had
like, oh my
tried
gosh,
to
it's been a while. Yeah.
Yeah. So this whole thing, but I think that whole notion, and I said it earlier, so I don't want to repeat it. If we tell children that wearing the mask makes them a hero, we're being heroes, and everyone wearing a mask is being a hero. Heroes wear masks, not capes.
Yeah.
That maybe they'll grasp onto that in the early childhood years.
Yeah.
In fact, I think that's what I want to call this episode, something like that, Alison.
Oh, that's a good title.
Heroes wear masks, explaining it to your children.
Yeah.
I'm writing that down. Look,
Write it down.
this is how live we're like sort of doing this right now.
Yeah.
Oh no, my pen. Okay. Heroes wear masks. I think even if I could be wrong about this. This is me just guessing. I am not an official in any way, but I'm wondering if once they open school, like let's say they decide we're going to open school in September, is everybody still going to be wearing masks? The kids have got to get used to this.
I think there's going to be, because I think there's going to be a large group of people that now in public, they're just going to wear masks. It's just going to become their normal new
Well, even if everybody
thing.
in the school does it, you likely have staff.
There's going to be somebody who
are
will.
autoimmune compromised, right? They're immune compromised. Yeah. So I think there are going to be people wearing masks, whether it's everybody or not, I don't know.
Right. Yeah.
But I think we have to really, I think the masks are staying beyond the shelter.
For sure.
And I think we just better all get used to it.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's going to be something that goes on for like, I don't know, 18 months or something. Who knows?
I think that. And I think
but for sure, children need an explanation. I had a parent the other day say to me, you know what, I can't, my kids are very young. I think she said she has like a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old. She was like, I can't put these masks on them and bring them out in public and think they're going to keep these masks on. So I'm not taking my kids out, which is a totally reasonable decision.
Totally reasonable thing. Yeah.
Totally reasonable decision. Still, you have to explain why people are wearing masks in the world.
Right, because they're going to
still, this is something that needs to be explained because they're going to eventually be back out and people will be wearing masks. So it has to just be part of our, it's part of our new normal. It's part of our adjusting to this abnormal normal that we're about to live when we can leave our homes.
Yeah.
You know. All right, Alison, what do you think? Should we kind of end on please explain things to your children, including why you have masks, why you may be cutting up clothes, why you're ordering things left and right to see if you can make a mask out of it, why you are concerned and wearing a mask. Please explain all of this to your children. And mask wearers are heroes, and that's the bottom line. Yeah. I want to thank the preschool peeps for sticking with us through this whole crisis and for writing to us and letting us know how what we're saying is helping them. We thank you so much. Yeah. Our website is howpreschoolteachersdoit.com. I'm sorry, I was just distracted by people walking by outside wearing masks. Okay, them too. Yeah. So the website is howpreschoolteachersdoit.com. Please go in and contact us and let us know other things you would like to hear about and what you're doing and things you think we should know. We take all ideas. This is new to everybody. As much as I may be helping people in this period of time who work in schools to try and do online learning for early learners, there's no guidebook. So it's like when you have children and they go, here's the kid, make it up.
There you go. So, it's pretty much, we're just making it up as we go along. Yeah.
There's no guidebooks. So please do contact us, subscribe and rate us. And remember, when this crisis is over, we're going back to normal programming, which still could be very helpful to you, I think.
Yes.
So please do subscribe, whether you're on YouTube or listening on some sort of podcast provider. We will catch you on the next episode of Cindy and Alison Explain COVID-19 to Children. Yeah,
yep. Pretty much.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Catch you later, peeps.
Bye.